imminent threat we face to our civilization. Well, first off, we're rushing the pikemen. Secondly, we're going to deal with this horseman. This peak. God, I can really not talk today. I'm rushing through it. This weak, pitiful horseman that Gandhi sent. Darn it. I'm sorry, everybody. This weak, pitiful horseman that Bismarck of the Germans sent around to try and sneak attack me from behind. And it sounds like someone just came on Twitter with that sound effect I just heard. Alright, enough of that. So, weak, pitiful horseman, you go bye-bye now. Overrun. Alright. Now to the more immediate threat. Bismarck's main attack force. Let's bombard them, boys. And this is going very well. Can anybody say flawless victory? Alright, let's get you in the trees. Hopefully they'll give you some cover. And the boat's one turn off. Just don't die. Alright. Now we have to deal with this. Our Ranger Horseman army has a 9 to 4.5 advantage over the Legion. Well, in my book, 2 to 1 is pretty good odds. So, let's take a crack at it. Ranger Horseman army, engage. Alright, taking some casualties, but we win. Alrighty. And let's see. However, Bismarck still has troops left, so we're going to have to leave this archer army here to cover the 2 attacking units, because if the archer's not there, with only 1.5 defense and 3 defense, well, actually 4.5 defense in the case of the Ninja Catapult army, they're pretty much sitting ducks to veteran legions. However, with only a single Legion unit in range of Abydos, he's not breaking through. Gandhi is not going to do it. We've had some pretty serious attacks from Gandhi before, but this is pretty pitiful coming from him. Alrighty. Anything else need to be done around here? The settler. You know, let me think about this for a moment. I could wait for this. You know what? We're gonna wait. I was thinking about, let me just go back to that for a second. I was thinking about, just rushing that settler, getting it out there, and, then we could just, the production that I've got going there, I could just start diverting that to another building project. However, the loss of the 2 population would slow me down a bit, and while I have, pardon me, while I'm waiting to get that settler out there, it's useful because it's enabling me to access more squares to bring in food to the city. So, we'll let that keep going. Alrighty. War is brewing now. And Abydos has finally become the prime target I knew it would be a long time ago. Let's end this turn. And Bismarck's forces continue to pour into our territory. And 9 on 9, we have an even fight. Okay, I think we're gonna... Ooh, I spoke too soon. We're gonna lose this. No, this could go either way. Ah, we lost it. We lost it. That's not... Okay. Oh my gosh. We had the advantage and we lost. My army is being decimated. My army has been decimated. This is terrible. Culture of our person has allowed the great person of David to appear in the city of Boston. we develop 13 additional great people wonders, our converted cities, we will be ready to build the United Nations and win a cultural victory. That is very, very... you know what? Hold on one second before I go back and finish that sentence. Let's see. We already have a great leader in this city. All right. Read that carefully, guys. We already have a great leader in this city. There are only 2 great leaders in the entire game. Now, granted that I stole one from Cleopatra, but to end up stealing one and getting the other naturally, that almost never happens. So this is huge. You will almost never see this sentence read to you. We already have a great leader in this city. We can permanently sell the great leader David in another city where he will automatically provide experience to new units. Or we can use him to upgrade all non-veteran units to veterans. What shall we do? Well, we're going to think about it because we're definitely not wasting his ability to upgrade units to veterans. I'll say this right now about great leaders. Never, never, I repeat, never use this upgrade units to veterans ability. It is a total waste of time, and it is useless to you. Never use it. Always settle a great leader. Never use that ability. So let's think about it. I'm sorry, but I just have to put the emphasis on that. Never activate David's superpower. Always settle him. Alrighty. But we are going to keep him in Boston, however. And the Ranger Horseman Army has to flee with its tail between its legs because it's a sitting duck out there. Our army was decimated by the Germans. Our first real taste of defeat. Fortune, it was just all about the numbers. Fortune just happened to smile on Bismarck there. So, he's probably going to come and lay siege to the city, so we're going to have to hide behind our new pikeman unit. And just hold out. Meanwhile, however, we have successfully evacuated the stealth warrior to a boat, and now we're going to send our second galleon back to New York, where it will pick up the soon-to-be-created settler. Alright, things are proceeding at pace in Boston. I'd be working on a workshop. Is there anything else I could have you doing? You look at that. You know what? I'm going to switch you over to a harbor. I just think that might be a little more useful for the time being. Alright, things are proceeding at pace in New Orleans. Slowly but surely. And New York is being New York. It's making us a settler. Alright. Hold down the fort, guys. Abydos must not fall. And here they are, at our city gates. And apparently at our harbor as well. Bismarck is all over the place. I see why he was confident enough to just boldly march out of his territory. But in the meantime, Exalted One, our wise men have discovered the secrets of invention. Now we can build the Leonardo's workshop wonder. Got it. Let's see. Interesting that I was not the first one to that. If you're the first one to invention, it automatically rewards you with a great person. So that's a technology you very often want to be the first to. I'm surprised that one of the other civs beat me to it. I'm putting my bets on Gandhi, but could have been Alexander. Alright, in the meanwhile, though, we're going to take our focus to the cheapest technology here, banking. Alrighty. And the boat's almost in range, so we're going to rush this settler. I'll just switch it to... we'll switch it to a temple. I like having culture. Science is very, very important as well, however, for the sake of this game, I'm just not too worried about science. 99 science coming in. Now, under normal circumstances, this is actually not that great at all. However, since I'm playing a teaching game for you guys, and I want to make this game kind of interesting. Again, if I really put more emphasis into science, my army would be so much more advanced than these guys that this wouldn't even be a war that I'm having with Gandhi and Bismarck. It'd just be a massacre, because I just have such superior units. But I wanted to make this video interesting. So, we're just putting the focus on more on culture than we are in science. Alright. However, multiplayer, science is definitely the way to go for the most part in the game. You want culture to prevent someone from taking your cities away from you. Without doing, sorry. You want culture to prevent someone from culture flipping you. However, having the lead in the technology race is always huge just because of all the bonuses you get from being the first to technologies. Alright, in the meantime, back to Abydos. We need to build some new offensive units. And you know what? We're going to do that out of Boston. Boston is going to provide the units we need to drive off these filthy invaders. And it has 3 knights ready to go. Let's switch that back to Shakespeare Theater. We're going to keep you going with... Actually, we're just going to shift you over to a building. No, Market Library. Probably switch that again. Library's fine with that. Alright. Alrighty, so now we're going to start putting our original great leader that we had in here to work. So, we have the Conquering Knights. Let's upgrade him. March, which gives us 1+ movement per turn, or Guerrilla, gives our units 50% attack power while in home territory. We're going to go for Guerrilla. Alright. The King's Own Knights. Upgrade them. Medic gives our unit the ability to heal anywhere. Or Scout gives our units previews of attacks against cities. And what it doesn't say there, it also enhances their sight. We're going to give them the Scout ability. Medic, as it says, is only to heal yourself in enemy territory. However, with the Guerrilla ability, I probably won't be using this army's... I probably won't be using this army to attack anyone. Now, the final unit, the Royal Knights. The Scout, which we already have, so by default, we're giving him the Blitz. Blitz gives our unit an extra move after an attack. Blitz. So, Stealth Knights. Oh, okay, never mind. Combined, they have become the Lightning Knights army. It is time for you to go to Abydos. Save the city. You are the only ones who can do it. And the Ranger Horseman is going to heal, while our Lightning Knights come to the rescue. We must break this siege. We have never had this many units at our walls yet this game. This is what it's all about. Let's see. And before we end the turn, we're going to move this settler out of the city, because he's got a boat ride to catch.